What's up, Dodgers Nation? On this edition of the 3 Up 3 Down podcast, I'm talking about which Dodgers first baseman of the last 30 years was the best. Welcome back to the 3 Up 3 Down podcast. My name is Eric Yule, your host of this Dodgers Nation production. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram. That is at EEULAU. If you're wondering where my background went, if you are watching on our YouTube channel, I'm actually in Dodgers Nation headquarters right now. That's right. They leave me here alone after dark. Don't know why, but they do. I mean, maybe it just says a lot about what they think about me, but I digress. If you're listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever it may be, you will be finding future 3 Up 3 Down podcasts in audio format there if you just can't stand to look at me, which is completely understandable. But Adrián González retired, longtime Dodger, earlier this month, and it got me thinking. Who is the Dodgers' best first baseman of the last 30 years? Now, the poll results show Max Muncy, a fine choice, but I thought to myself, my initial reaction was, really? The most recent guy wins it? But look, a lot of knowledgeable Dodger fans out there, and I started looking at the stats, and what I did is I took the 3 best seasons for Adrián González, which in my opinion for the Dodgers were 2013 and 2015. Of course, in 2014, he led the majors in RBI. Also during that time frame, he was an All-Star, a Gold Glover, and a Silver Slugger, total complete player. And for Max Muncy, obviously he had to check out 2020, shortened season, yada, yada, yada. But his 3 best years are better than Adrián González's 3 best years, in my opinion. You look at his OPS, 919, better than Adrián González's 817 mark. He beats him in OPS plus. Mr. Max Muncy does. You look at RBI, Adrián González does have him there. It's a counting stat, but if you are into counting stats and you hate analytics, then for one, sorry you watch this. 2, Max Muncy beats him in home runs. Now, Max Muncy does have the higher strikeout rate, but I also think that's a big piece of the game now because you have all these great relievers, the velocity. I just think Max Muncy plays in a lot tougher of a time when you have relievers that start coming in the 3rd inning these days. But either way, 2 great first basemen for the Dodgers. I think Adrián González deserves his day in the sun. He had some great years in blue, and he just meant a lot more than just stats for this team. I do got to give some love to EK, Eric Karros, my namesake, my favorite player growing up as a Dodger. For him, I looked at 1995, 1998, and 1999. He was also your 1992 Rookie of the Year. But for those 3 seasons, 95, 98, 99, we're talking 89 home runs. We're talking a 304 RBI and an OPS of 882. I mean, the guy was an absolute slugger. Also a UCLA guy, which never hurts in my book, but I think Karros is a little underrated, and I think a lot of that Twitter poll, I think we have a lot of smart Dodger fans, but I also think we have a lot of young people on the Twitter, as they like to say, so I do think that's why you see Max Muncy really high in there. Not that he doesn't deserve to win the popular vote. He's done a lot of good things, but I think that's why you see Eric Karros maybe a little lower than he should be. But you cannot forget about EK, and also James Loney, great contact hitter, far exceeded expectations when he first came up. Also got some of Rookie of the Year votes in his rookie season. Great contact hitter, a guy who could always seem to put the bat on the ball, and also played a key role in getting the Dodgers back in the playoffs. Obviously, you just saw that big home run against the Cubs. I don't want there to be any confusion. I love Max Muncy. There's a reason he was an MVP candidate for much of the summer in 2021. He's a hell of a hitter. Everything he's done for the Dodgers, he's earned every dollar of that contract. But I think Eric Karros is a little underrated. And also, it's not a stat, but for Adrián González, that guy helped usher in, that trade with the Red Sox helped usher in a new era of winning baseball for the Dodgers, a new era of being perennial playoff contenders. And for that, I will always be thankful for what he did for this team, giving it legitimacy in a time when it desperately needed it. But that's it. That's all I got time for today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check us out on YouTube. Please subscribe, rate, review. Also check out Blue Heaven on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Play, wherever you get your podcasts, it is on there. We're going to keep cranking out some great content for you guys. Hopefully we have some actual baseball to talk about if this lockout ever ends. But in the meantime, thank you for watching as always, and I will see you on the other side.